Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. So today, well, same day as the other video, I'm doing part 2 of me rating all the BL dramas that I have seen. If you haven't seen part 1, it is up right now. I'll probably link it below, so go check it out before you see this one. So basically what I'm doing is going through all the dramas that I've seen and giving a ranking from a scale from 1 to 10 and give my thoughts and opinions on them. And yeah, I hope you guys do the same. I really greatly appreciate your comments, your commentary. When you quote me in the comment section, I love that. And yeah, let's get right into it. Okay, so first up we have is Make It Right. Make It Right gets a smooth 4. Again, like with Lovesick, it paved the way, and I enjoy the show. I've seen it 3 times. But I can be objective and be like, this show ain't. If someone else watched this in 2022, they'd be like, this y'all king. Y'all like this? Back in the day, this was hitting. Okay, yes, it's crunchy now, and it's the acting is suspicious. The cinematography, where is it? The sound design, who, I get it, I get it. So I'm gonna have to give it a 4. However, don't disrespect this show. Lovesick and Make It Right paved the way. Let's not be playing games, okay? All right. Together with me in the next chapter. I'm gonna give it a 6. I'm gonna give it a 6. I didn't think it was terrible. However, we had so many dramatic plot lines, and it was like 5 different plot lines in this that were just so novella dramatic for the sake of being dramatic. Like I was not like you have these characters that you beloved, and they just ran these characters in the ground for what? For drama's sake, and that's how it felt. That's how it felt. So watching this wasn't the most fun experience, being that and together with me that we really got to love these characters and rooting for them, and then got together for them to be, lazy and being cheated on and being ashamed of being like it was just and the dads were in there and then Ewald and her man and then the doctor and homeboy, they were going through it, but they were playing these games. It just wasn't it wasn't as enjoyable as the first one. And I wish we would have got a better story for these characters. Still have some drama, obviously, but not having 4 dramatic plot lines at once for 4 different characters, it just seemed like a lot of bad luck. Everyone had bad luck in this. I don't know how to explain it. It just wasn't the T Christine for me. Tell me why I forgot the name of the show. You see on the screen. This show, what's it called? Because of you 2020? Because of you 2020, right? Okay, there we go. I was like, I forgot the name of this show. Because of you 2020. I'm gonna give this an 8. I know that's high. I feel like it's too high for this show. However, I enjoyed it thoroughly. I watched it actually twice at one time because I was reacting to it on my channel, but I also reacted with Alex on his, and I watched it twice back to back, and I enjoyed it. Yes, it could be better. It could have been more fleshed out or a little better, better. Oh my god, cricket hat. Better pacing, I guess. But it's fine. I liked it. I liked it a lot, so that's why I gave it the score I gave it. History 2, right or wrong. I'm gonna have to give History 2, right or wrong, an 8. Yep. I sure do. I've seen this one maybe 5 times, maybe 6 times over. I enjoy this. I like the characters, the storyline, the acting. It's one of my favorite dramas, foreign dramas ever. Like I seen it so many. I love it so much. It gave a story arc to these characters. They were one way in the beginning and change over time. That's what history does. They give you characters one way. They overcome some things, over some challenges, become a better version of themselves. And I love that. This show, I recommend this show to any and all fans of this genre to watch this one. I know people were really not living for the aesthetics of the actors, of the characters, either because they don't look like they're 12. Maybe that's why you didn't like it. I don't know what's going on with you. However, this is a good show. Give it a chance. It's great. Oxygen. I'm gonna give Oxygen a 7. This show, yes, I will admit, is very boring. Mm-hmm. It sure is. It sure is boring. However, I enjoyed it. I enjoy the characters so much. I love how they bounced around between different storyline, different coupling, different situations, but also it was all in one world, one setting. I really enjoyed it. It was a good time reacting to this show. I like the characters. I the pacing. Yeah, I'll admit it's a boring show. That's why it's not. I'm not giving it higher than a seven, because it was a little. Come on, but despite that, I personally really enjoyed it. Would I recommend it though? Probably not, but I will express how much I like it, so you may want to watch it based on that. But I'm not gonna be like, oh, you gotta watch this show. It's the bee's knees, because it's just okay. But I really liked it. Tonhon Chalati. I actually react to this show. I'm gonna have to give the show a seven. I know y'all hate it. Y'all hate it. Everyone hates this show. They're like, it's a fever dream. It's what was this? I liked it. I had the best time watching it. It was so fun to watch this show. Yes, it had cliche villains, and you know, I don't know why y'all dislike it so much. Yes, yes, the characters were anti-gay. Three characters at that were very much that. However, there's so many likable characters that were really going up for queer folks and really out here doing it. And like some of the characters got a redemption. Some characters got a lot of screen time. They were very helpful. It just you guys are missing that point. I feel like one of our main leaders being homophobic, and y'all just like decide the show was bad because of that. But just look at all the other characters and what they contribute to the show. That's why I like it so much. That's why it was so fun to me. It's probably one of my favorite GMTV shows, honestly speaking. I know that's taboo. That is taboo. I know. And like Tone Hall, his character, I'm not rooting for him. However, everyone else around him, I'm rooting for. So he's guilty by association. He's fine by association, I guess. I don't know. I liked it. Dark Blue and Moonlight. I'm gonna give the show an eight. I'm gonna give it an eight. Yes, I don't. In the story's context, the characters being together is like, excuse me, but think of it this way, guys. They are both trash. Yes, they play their men. They really did. It was, oh my gosh, why they do this to these boys? These boys love them and they playing them for to be with each other because why? However, the show was shot very well. The actors did a good job acting, and even though they both play their men and they end up together, they deserve each other. I'm glad they left those guys because those guys deserve better than these two fools. Yes, I know. They are trash. But I still like them. Now I'm not rooting for them per se because they are terrible. However, I don't know why. I don't know why. This might be one of those like rose-colored glasses thing. Like they're aesthetically together is a serve. It is. It is. But in the story's context, y'all trash. I'm not rooting for y'all, but y'all deserve each other. I'm glad y'all together, not causing mayhem for other folks. That's why I'm kind of like rocking with them. I know that is terrible. Drag me. Waterboy. I'm gonna give Waterboy a four. I don't hate Waterboy, but he didn't. It had potential. It really did, and I thought it was gonna give us a little bit more, but we lots of characters I didn't like in this. hmm Lots of characters I didn't like. Some story beats I did like, and I like certain interactions, but these characters are crunchy. It's crunchy, and I want them to redo this and do it better. I really do because it deserved better. I like this premise and the setup, but execution was just awful. So it's a four. It's a four. Okay, Our Sky. I'm gonna give Our Sky as a whole. I'm not gonna rank each individual one as a whole. Our Sky gets a nine. Yes, that's really high, but it gave. It was great. Even the weakest story was good, which I want to say it's Pete and Cal's story. They had no like plot really. It was weird, but it was a good time watching it. They're just hanging out. Yeah, they're just hanging out. However, and like Art Heat and Kung Pop Redemption. I don't care for Sodas, but I like their characters in Our Sky. So their storyline in Our Sky is just the bee's knees. Even my T, you're my boy. The characters in this, their storyline is so great in this. In their original show, crunchy and trash, but here I loved it, so it gets a nine. It gets a nine. End of Love, Love Mechanics. I'm gonna give this one a seven. It was enjoyable. Yes, they over here cheating and sneaking on the low low and doing this mess. It was messy, 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 but it kept it up. It kept it going. It just was an entertaining experience. I really enjoyed, and I love mechanics. Love mechanics. It just gave. It gave, guys. It was such a good time watching this. It was messy. I know. I know. Ugh. Why would you root for them? I don't care. They deserve each other. Okay. History 4. Um. I'm gonna give History 4 a 5. I want to give it a 6, but it just mm, like the plot line of the brother lovers. It gave grooming. I'm not really rooting for that. And our other couple, they're fine, but the aesthetic, sound design, the music in the show was hitting. The styling was hitting. I'm gonna get a 5 because of that. But the plot lines were a bit cliche. This seemed like this came out in 2016. Like this the type of story they're just telling here is giving archaic, and I can't give it higher, even though I like the aesthetics of the show and like the actors did a good job. It's just these plot lines, these story beats were just. I'm not happy anyone got together in the end. Honestly speaking, honestly, Mood Indigo. I'm gonna have to give this one a 10 out of 10. Yes, that's the highest score you can get in this series. It gets a 10 out of 10. Amazing actors, storyline, aesthetics, sound, everything about this show. I recommend this to any and all y'all folks. It is a prequel to The Novelist. They changed the names, but it's called The Novelist now. Um, so I guess you have to watch that one to because this is a prequel to that, but it's the beginning of this is a sequel to that series. So you have to watch that first, so then you can jump back in time with this situation. 10 out of 10. Highly recommend. Love this show. Next we have is What the Duck. It gets a smooth 3. What the Duck was a waste of time. Yes, I enjoyed some of it. I did. It was some of the humor, some of the characters, but it just was a whole lot of bull crap happening, and it was annoying. And our main couple, it took forever to get them to even get started, and even then, eh, I wasn't rooting for them. And the second couple, they were going through it too. It was a lot. It's a 3. It's a 3. I can't with this show. Okay, we have The Novelist. This one also gets a 10 out of 10 in my book. I really enjoyed this so much. Like this I want some more dramas like this. It was mature. It was shot so well. The actors are acting, acting. They're in their acting bag. The atmosphere of this, it just was so good. 10 out of 10. Like in the movies. I'm gonna give the show a 9. For a show that's like in the pandemic era, one location, very few characters. They did it so well. The actors really slayed. The sound, the music soundtrack, the sound design of the show, amazing. Yes, I am friends with the actor in the show, Paolo. Yes, I am. Am I being biased because of that? You're right. No, I was playing. I was playing. If I, despite me knowing him and we being homies, I'm giving an honest score. I'm giving the show a 9. I really think this is really good. It's a must watch. It's a must watch. End of Love, Tarasa. This one here, I'm gonna give it a 5. I liked it. I liked it, but it isn't. I couldn't recommend you to watch this. It's crunchy, crunchy somewhat, but I enjoyed it, especially because episode 1 is the crunchies of crunch, crunch, and I just not in episode 1. I'm surprised I continue after that, but after that, I was in it to win. I was rooting for them. I liked them. They were together. It was just pleasant. It was pleasant. So there's that. My gear, your gown. 8. We're giving it an 8. I enjoy the show. I reacted to it with Alex, which probably makes me like it more because we had a great time watching it. It was such a good time. Yes, it had that little twist of the "I loved you all along" that I do not like. However, I did like the characters a lot. I did. It was very entertaining. It just gave me a lot of this, a lot of that, a lot of communication happening. It just was the type of show that it should have been. That all the other shows should be. Like those older shows should be this. They're similar to those other shows. It's just the characters seem fleshed out, believable. They get upset and they stay upset and they talk about like it's just so good. I ate Game Boys. I'm gonna give Game Boys a 9. Again, another drama where it's pandemic era, very few characters, and these characters weren't even around each other most of the show. Talking through video chat, and this show was that good through video chat. That's how they communicated. We get a whole show for nearly the whole series video chat. I was crying, I was laughing, I was rooting, I was screaming and hollering. I was with this show. It is so good. It is so good. And you wouldn't think, because it is a bit like a first two episodes. After that, I'm like, yes, 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 yes. A great time. A great time. 9 out of 10. Okay, so we have Blooming. I'm gonna give Blooming a 9 out of 10 as well. I thoroughly, and I mean thoroughly, enjoyed this show. The only shortcoming is that it is too short. The episodes are like 10 minutes long, 15 minutes long. Sometimes they're 8 minutes long. They're not long enough. However, this could have been a movie. This should have been a movie. Honestly, this should have been a series. Splice all those episodes together. A movie. A movie. The communication, the cinematography, the characters. It gave me everything that I need. I'm really rooting for this show. Like I'm recommending it to everyone. Yes, one of my peers said his friend said it was boring. Girl, anyways, this show is great. I love it. 10 out of 10. Sorry, 9 out of 10. Oh my god, see, it makes me want to say a 10, but it would have been a 10 if it was longer episodes. So it's still a 9, but I want to give it a 10, but I'm gonna give it a 9. Enchante. I'm gonna give Enchante a 4. I'm gonna give Enchante a 4. It gets points for cinematography. It gets points for sound. It gets points for setting. It gets points for Ak. And that's all you're getting from me. That's all you're getting from me. This show had the most wasted potential ever. The most wasted potential. It's a 2022 show. It went off the goddamn rails. Honestly, it wasn't even on the rails, because everything that happened in the show did not matter. The plot line of him wanting to bring back the literary club and the book club, whatever he's doing with that, did not matter. Finding Enchante did not matter. I don't want to spoil it, but like it doesn't matter. By the end of it, it did not matter. Our main lead, Tio, the worst. I do not like this character. I'm not rooting for him. The other boys, they were just, we can cut them out and nothing would change. Honestly, they were set as an obstacle for these two, but they were never an option. This show, no. 4 out of 10. This show was awful. My Sweet Dear, I'm gonna get a 5. It looks nice. The plot's simple. The actors did a good job, but it was just simple. It wasn't nothing exciting, but it wasn't terrible. So I guess I could recommend it. It's very harmless. Okay, End of Love. This is Love Story. I'm gonna give this one a 3. Yeah, I know that's very low. However, this was a waste of time. We spent most of the show with watching someone talk on Facebook chat. No, I'm so sorry. I gave it, it's a 3 because it's in the same universe as the other two. I like the other two. This one, you're barely skating by. This was awful. Awful. No, ma'am. Nothing happened. Oh my gosh. Waste of time. Gray Rainbow. I'm gonna give this one an 8. Y'all sleeping on this show. Y'all need to watch this show. I recommend this show. It gets an 8. It doesn't get a full 10 because mostly because of the barrier gaze trope in this. They should have been. They should. I don't want to spoil it, but I guess I did. One of them doesn't make it, and that's a shame. It's a shame. I don't. But this storyline, the characters, the pacing, the cinematography, sound, I love. I love. I love. I love. I love. So there's that. Star in My Mind. Okay, this one's a new one I just finished. I'm gonna give this show a 5. I'm gonna give it a 5. I was rocking with it till episode 4. Episode 5 to 8, did not like it. The lack of communication causing the tension was ridiculous. It was a cat and mouse game for 4 episodes. A waste of time, a waste of energy. It just was not enjoyable. Was not fun for me. After that, some of the characters, most characters you can cut out, and nothing would change. Yep. Most of the characters, dude, it was bloated. It was all these characters that did nothing, that add nothing to the story. I don't care for the show. I really don't. I'm Your King gets a 3. It is just a product of its time. I know it came out during a certain time and it just didn't give. I don't dislike it. However, I could not recommend this show to you. I could not. It is not the bee's knees, y'all. Best Twins. I like the Best Twins, but it's awful. So it's a 3 as well. I enjoyed it. It was a fun time watching it. However, objectively speaking, terrible. The pacing, the characters, it was fun. Like it was a fun show to watch, but it is awful. It is just awful. Okay, so I guess I'm running out of time again, so I'm gonna do a part 3. I'm so sorry, y'all. All right, let me know your score. Let me know your score on all the series I mentioned in this video. Let me know your thoughts and opinions. Drag me if you want to drag me. Praise me if you want to praise me. And I guess I'll see you guys in part 3. Oh my goodness. This is taking forever.